See, it's
Man,
it's, it's quality. It's quality
quality,
wordplay.
quality stuff that people are missing here.
See, I'm in touch with the kids today.
Apparently, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, man.
I say we just go ahead and start.
Yeah, no. If this, like I said,
This is gonna take a while.
this is gonna end up taking him like half an hour,
15
45
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All right,
if it
let's do
keeps
it
going
then.
up.
Hello and welcome to episode
Oh,
759 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, May 25th, 2021. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me as always, from the great state of Washington, is
yes.
Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hello, Christopher. It's nice to see you again. How
Hello
are you
there,
doing this fine Sunday
Philip.
Eve?
I am doing fantastic.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yes.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited for you.
Yeah, we are waiting on Mr. Greg Seward, Canadian favorite son.
The
Greg
power went
Seward.
out in Nova Scotia.
Power
Nova
went
Scotia's
out.
power went out.
The moose stopped walking on the treadmill.
Yep.
They had to get a backup generator going.
They
Backup moose.
they had to go find a new carrot to hang from the string. It finally caught the carrot after
a long ordeal.
After 27 months, the moose finally got the carrot.
That's right.
And yeah, the guy watching the power station had to place a call to send someone to the grocery store.
What do you think? What do you think that call went like? I'd like to think it went something like this.
Oh, we got a big problem here.
We got a big problem, eh?
Oh, what's all this about? The moose, he got the carrot, eh? Oh no, what do we do? I don't know. I only started a couple months ago, eh? They didn't tell me what to do if he got the carrot.
You're like going into a different accent.
I know. I was floating
into
around.
Scottish, Irish.
He caught the Irish. Hey, he caught the carrot. What do we do?
I don't even
know. Curse me, kilts.
Oh, there you go. So he'll be joining us at some point. His desktop apparently is he's rebuilding a drive.
His power came back on, yes, but
power came back on.
His computer is now fixing itself,
rebuilding itself through nanobots. Yeah. It'll take a while because they're Canadian nanobots and they, a little slow.
Yeah, well,
lackadaisical.
They're so polite.
They're so polite. Exactly.
Yeah, they always ask.
They don't want to get in too much of a traffic jam.
They always ask before they break a substance down into its individual molecules.
There you go. Yeah.
So it can be rebuilt.
Phil.
Yeah.
You're fully vaxxed. I'm fully vaxxed.
I am.
This weekend was my 2-week.
Oh my goodness.
Milestone here.
Are any of those for me, dear? No. Okay. We got some packages.
Oh,
my wife just picked up a couple packages. None for me though.
No toys for Phil.
No. So we're fully vaxxed. I'm sorry.
We're fully vaxxed.
Yes.
I was very excited today.
Mm-hmm.
Because we went to a restaurant for the first time in about a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
It went very well. I was very excited to actually get to go to a restaurant.
Right.
And we went to this place nearby called the Crystal Creek Cafe. It's a diner food.
Right.
Nothing special, nothing fancy. It's simple food. Creek, but it's done very well. It's a diner
cafe
thing, yeah.
And they spell those with C's, right?
That's yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes. Oh, it was close. But you and Greg both have been to that place.
Yeah.
When we're all here for PAX,
mm-hmm.
I took you guys to that location, and we had a meal.
You did. I did not remember when you mentioned this. I did not remember the name of the place, but But when you said this was the place where you got that diphtheria, I was like, oh, right, that place.
Right. No,
it was delicious. No, their food was quite good.
It's very good. Yes.
Yeah.
So
did they have those like giant cinnamon buns or something there?
Giant cinnamon buns. Although apparently, in these post-COVID times, which are we post-COVID yet? No, I don't think we are.
I don't think we are.
I can't say that yet. In these trying times, they have shrunken down their ridiculously large cinnamon buns, and now What was 1 has become 4. So if you see a group of 4, it might be the size of the previous 1. But now the nanobots got to it, and now it's 4.
That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But very nice.
Yeah, very exciting to be out at a restaurant.
Right.
The previous time we had gone right after Charlotte's last day of 2nd grade. We went to a pizza place at like 3 p.m.
Right.
And that was fine.
Yeah.
That was fine. But this is the first time in a good while.
Good. You know what? You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Is yesterday we went out. Because
you did.
Friday was Dana's already done. Oh my gosh, Greg's here, but he's
very
in
dark and zoomed in.
But the power went out again, clearly.
Yeah. Greg's on a bicycle now, pedaling to power his computer.
Yeah.
How's it going, Greg?
Oh, my microphone's really loud too.
It is. Yeah, what's up with that?
This is
ever since homeschooling started again, the settings on this thing have gone crazy.
Oh.
And by that I mean my kids do something to it and I don't know.
They yell into the microphone all the time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Look at that. He's got a Sega.
It's like raising 3 fills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
I don't know what to do about this video.
There it is.
Are your lights on? Because it
yeah,
looks like the lights
room
are
is fully lit. The room is fully
really?
lit. Like, see how bright that is when I put my hand close to it?
Right.
So
but that could just be like the glow
there's
from
a
your
ring light.
monitors.
There's a ring light right here too.
Okay.
And it's set really high.
Huh.
Apparently this is going to be P1P after dark.
I mean, if I have to look at Greg, I would rather do it in the dark.
I'll go ahead and turn off my lights.
Yeah, that's right. You would.
Yay. I'm going to start bringing you some food. I'm not going to tell you what it is, and you're going to have to eat it.
Well, since I'm not 5, that won't bother me too much.
That's probably, yeah, exactly.
Good plan. Good plan. So, Phil, you were saying you went out.
No, yeah, because Friday was my 2-week post second shot.
Yeah.
So it's kicked in for me.
Yeah.
So we went out. We went out to eat as well. We were trying to figure out some place to take Finn. That someplace that had food he would eat.
Yeah.
And we settled on because we're fancy. Oh, there it is. There he is. There's Greg.
It's back.
Because we're fancy folk, we went to the Olive Garden. What do you think about that?
You are fancy.
We are fancy.
Wow.
Dana and I, we could not remember the last time we went to an Olive Garden.
You got to get those unlimited breadsticks.
We absolutely did.
Well, of course.
Yes,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we figured the last time we had gone there was probably like when we'd first started dating.
Yeah.
And we were talking. We realized the reason Olive Garden exists is to give like high school kids a restaurant that they can go to that is a fancy restaurant for dates. When
before dances.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not too expensive.
Yeah, exactly. And what was great was we got there and we go in and we give the person at the lectern who you give
Maitre d'
to
server.
The server is like the person who brings your food, right?
That's true.
Maitre d' seems a little
it's a little hoity-toity for the Olive Garden.
But we gave them our name, and then right behind us came in like 4
hostess. There it is. The host or hostess.
Host or hostess. Thank you, Jeff.
Host or hostess.
Host or hostess.
Yeah.
Right after us came in like 4 clearly high school age girls who were clearly. I don't know if there was a dance going on that evening or if there was some sort of graduation thing, but they were certainly decked out to the nines. They were out for a fancy night of fine
fancy night
Olive Garden dining. So
yeah,
but But no, yeah, it was
You
fun.
know that
What's that?
the Olive Garden is owned by the same company as Red Lobster.
Yes.
Darden Restaurants.
I
And
actually
you know why I
did
know
So
that?
it is a classy joint then.
Oh yeah.
You know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Is somebody from Darden Restaurants crashed, or they backed their rental car up into my car at a red light.
Oh no. And they were like, I got a trunk full of Cheddar Bay biscuits if you don't tell my insurance company about this.
Exactly. No.
You gotta get into the Olive Garden stat.
They basically like backed up onto my car, onto the hood of my
Greg.
car.
Cheddar Bay biscuits are a Red
I don't
Lobster
care.
specialty. No, you know what? I'm glad your power's out. I'm glad you're in the dark.
My power's
a
fine. My
sad-
focus is off.
Like, well, yeah, your focus is
For the
definitely
last
off
14
if you
years.
think Cheddar Bay biscuits doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
looks like you're in some kind of Instagram filter right
Jesus
now. Actually,
Christ.
this
I
is
don't
your
even know what's happening now.
1970s
What is that?
filter.
What is that eerie multicolored light that's flashing behind you? It's red now.
It's a
Cycling into
an extra
purple.
life thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
somebody who works for Darden Restaurants basically like backed their rental car up basically onto the hood of my car, dented the shit
my.
out of my hood.
Wow.
And I had to get a check for the damage from Darden Restaurants. So
Man.
that's good.
Was it a check or was it just like gift certificates?
Gift certificates.
Nice. Nice.
Now I can go into any Darden restaurant and get unlimited Cheddar Bay biscuits or possible.
Wonderful.
You should go to the Olive Garden. They have lots of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched the live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie and then got a hankering for some Olive Garden. He's like
I thought you
30%
would've-
of that movie is an Olive Garden ad.
and no hankering for Sonic, just in general, like a drive-through.
Like the Sonic
Drive-thru.
drive-in.
Yeah.
So it's not a drive-through, it's a drive-in.
Okay, drive-in, you're
Yeah,
right.
You
right.
stay there. You stay there and eat in your car.
Did I mention that I went there after my first COVID shot?
What,
It
Sonic
was
drive-in?
Sonic. Yeah.
Oh yeah? What'd you
Yeah.
get there at Sonic? Sonic drive-in.
Oh, I got some kind of burger, but I did get the cherry limeade.
Oh, the cherry light. That's
I did do
Sonic
that.
Sonic food is whatever. It's
Yeah.
kind of crappy drive-in food.
Fast food,
But
yeah,
but man, that cherry limeade they serve. Oh
it's
man,
pretty.
you get
It's pretty good.
you get the Route 44 size, the 44 ounces.
I don't think
It's
I got.
good.
I didn't get the Route 44.
Oh man,
no.
no, you need to get a tub
Maybe
of
I
that
need to
stuff.
go back then.
Absolutely, dude. Now Greg is
Greg is completely in the dark.
What is
We've gone
going on here.
various
I don't-
stages. He's attempted to fix it, and at one point we could actually see his face, and now
It's
he's
true.
back in the dark. But that's all right.
Which is fixing it from
That's
our point
fixing
of
it.
view. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
My goodness. So anyway, yeah, no, so we had our restaurant experiences. Finn had
Yeah,
a very
Olive
good
Garden.
time. Finn had a
Is
very
Finn
good time.
picky eater?
Absolutely. My goodness. Boy, if you think I'm bad,
I know you're bad. I
if you
already
think
know
I'm
that.
bad, he is.
Charlotte's very picky too.
Yeah.
If
No.
it's not dinosaur nuggets, pancakes, bacon, pizza, only
Yeah.
cheese pizza, nothing else on it.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
Then she's pretty much out.
okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
Yeah.
how you doing there, Greg? Other than just being in the dark. Did we lose Greg?
We can't even hear him. Yep, we lost him.
We have
There he
lost
goes.
Greg.
You know what? I'll say this in Finn's
Hmm.
defense, though. Finn is computer restarted, says Greg on our Slack. Don't know if/when I'll be back. Good luck, Greg.
I'm not sure why he was even trying to fix it. I mean,
I
at
don't-
a certain
I don't-
point, it was fine.
I know,
Could
I
have
don't know what's
stayed
going
the
on.
entire
I
show.
don't know what's going on.
Now I'm gonna
But
have to use the backup because I don't think he recorded any of that, so that'll be fun.
Oh, really? Can you just use the
guess so.
backup for like his chunk?
Well, yeah,
I don't know. Or is that's probably too much work?
probably.
I'm going to say this in Finn's defense, though. He
Okay.
is exceptionally picky, as many
Kids,
children are.
just in general, yeah.
But he will try anything.
Oh, well, that's
know,
good. That's
because
good. That's better than Charlotte.
yeah, because Dana loves food of all types,
Mhm.
you know, and so she's constantly getting all sorts of. I mean, I was gonna say like
Exotic
weird,
food.
crazy exotic food, but it's not. It's just normal.
Yeah.
It's normal
It's
food that
normal food.
normal
It's just
people eat.
food that
Just
you wouldn't
just
eat,
that I
but
don't eat. But
right.
yeah, she'll order, some
Calzone.
calzone.
Mexican food.
Calzone.
Or Chinese
Cal-
food. You
cal-
don't like
cal-
Chinese food, right?
I don't like I don't like Chinese food.
Yeah.
But I mean, calzone's just a pizza that you
I
fold in
know.
half.
I'm
That's all
kidding.
that is.
I know.
But she's always getting all sorts of different food, and she will always offer Finn some, and to his credit, he will always try it. Yeah,
That's good.
and sometimes he'll be like, "Yeah, it's pretty okay," and sometimes he'll love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll be like, I don't really like it, but he's always.
Meanwhile, I have to
willing to try.
bribe Charlotte to have
Oh,
a
really?
dang pizza hot pocket.
I mean,
it's like it's pizza. Come on.
I mean, it's not. It's a Pizza
Well.
Hut. And look, I eat crap. I eat garbage, and I won't eat.
Well, here's the thing,
Pocket.
though. I mean, she eats dinosaur nuggets, and
Yeah.
I was trying to think of other food in that vein,
of that
right?
ilk.
Of that
right.
ilk,
Yeah.
of which Hot Pockets is one. I
Get
think
some Totino's pizza rolls,
Totino's pizza rolls is
some
another. Yes, which,
Uncrustable sandwiches.
yeah, and well, with
Yeah.
Uncrustables, she ate them for a short period and then decided she didn't want them anymore.
Oh yeah. Finn does that too. He'll get something that he's like super into, and that'll be like all he eats.
Yeah,
and then we'll stock up on it, and then he'll be like,
that's it.
"Yeah, I'm done with this." And it's like, well,
we bought all these.
I got 12 pounds of
this
frozen
food.
ravioli here. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah,
I
don't know.
But anyway,
yeah.
well, that's the Dadcast for this week. Thanks for
The
tuning in.
Dadcast.
We'll talk to you next week, folks.
Yeah. Should we do? Let's start with what you've been playing.
Okay, what have we been playing? Are you going first, or am I going first? Am I going first?
You go first.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, CJ.
I know a lot.
Christopher Robin Johnston.
I know what you wrote on the outline. What's up?
I got a new TV.
I did, yes.
I got a new TV. Remember, I was talking about it last week.
Some of your exploits.
I was talking about it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
I talked about it last week on the show. I had it sitting here. The guy was coming on Monday to install it.
Yeah.
He did.
So you got one of those 65-inch.
It's an LG.
4K LG.
LG, is it the CX model?
Uh-huh.
I believe it's the CX model. And it's the 65-inch.
It's the one everybody gets that one.
Yeah,
the OLED.
Yes, it's the OLED. I put out when I was, because I'd been wanting to get a nice 4K big TV for some time.
Yeah,
for a year at least. And I put out a little call on Twitter saying, "Hey, here are a couple that I'm interested in. Which one should I get?" And this was the one. Overwhelmingly, people were like, absolutely get this one. Get this one. It is incredible. Your life will be changed. It'll ruin other televisions for you." And
you got hair growing back just because you own the television. Your life is
returning
to
everything
normalcy. Yeah.
Yeah. Women want me, men want to be me because I have this
because of the television.
Because of the TV. Yeah. So I got it. I like I said, I had someone install it, which boy, I'm glad I had someone install it because
in installation in this regard means mounting it on the wall.
Yes.
So I have I have a 4K television, 65-inch that I did not wall mount. It's just on top of a entertainment center.
Oh, you have yours on the stand.
I have mine on the stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I decided why did you decide to do the stand instead of the wall mount?
Well, at the time it was just going in my office.
Oh, okay.
When I first got it, so back in Atlanta, and then we moved to an apartment, and I didn't really want to mounted
Oh,
on the
yeah.
wall.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
that
I
seemed
can see
like
that. I can see that. Yeah.
we're not really in a permanent place here. I can just
Right.
do the stand like I had been doing
Right.
in Atlanta
No,
anyway. So
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, boy, the stand that thing came with
uh-huh.
is heavier than than the TV.
Yeah, isn't
The
that
the stand mine came with at least. I went to get it, we're unpacking the thing
yeah.
and I go to get the stand and I'm just like, I'm not used to stands being, not
Sure.
super heavy. But yeah, it was like, holy crap, this is weighty. I mean, I
Mine
guess
is
it
just
has to
like
be.
2 little feet that screw in on both sides.
Oh,
like
really?
either side.
The
The stand is not big on mine.
the stand that comes with mine is large, and
Yeah.
I'm pantomiming the rough size of it. And it's metal and it is heavy as
Well,
as,
that's
as
good.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
would
secure.
tip
It's sturdy.
secure. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's all mounted. It looks I can see it from here.
It's
And
amazing.
well, you know what's
Just
crazy
bask in its glow.
is I, as someone who plays a lot of video games and watches a lot of movies and television, I've never really considered myself like a big like videophile.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my stupid brain can't even really discern like frames per second. Like people are like, oh yeah, it's 30 frames or 60. And I I don't know what it is. Something doesn't fire in my synapses.
Uh-huh.
But I don't really notice that. So unless like frame rate is like really bad.
I definitely noticed 30 to 6
like if I see it
from 60 to 30.
like if I see it side by side, I'm like, oh yeah, that is clearly the higher
But in
frame
between
rate.
or like in a regular frame rate,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. But and obviously it's like, yes, HD looks significantly better than SD, but I'm never like that,
Yeah.
It's
But
not
with
like
this,
it's just a mind blow. But holy crap, this TV. Jesus Christ. It looks very, very nice, CJ.
yeah.
It's very nice. That OLED is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's
So what was the first thing that you played on it?
Picross S6.
Not even a 4K game, a 1080p maximum switch.
I said I went on the Twitter and I said the first movie I'm going to play on there is going to be Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I absolutely did. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a bit of Teen Titans Go to the Movies on that thing, and I said the first game I'm going to play is Picross S6, and I absolutely did. And I did one of the giant puzzles, one of the 40 by 30s.
So you can really get the most out of that television.
Yeah. Well, it was great.
Yeah.
But look, Greg's back.
Hi, Greg.
Hi.
You fixed your camera, I see.
Yeah, OBS took it over for some reason.
It's looking different than last week, but don't mess with it.
You know what?
Your computer reboots.
Johnston, shut up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So rude. We're talking about my new TV, Greg, which is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's oh golly, it looks great. No, but then after I did my little gag game and stuff, I played Returnal on there. Oh my gosh, Returnal looks so good.
Isn't it pretty?
It does.
It looks so good with the giant screen and the OLED and
and all the extra pixels and
oh my god. You know what really got me when I started it? Because I started playing it at night and all the lights are out and everything. And so I'm just seeing the glow of the giant screen. And the game starts obviously.
Suntan.
What's that?
It's giving you a suntan. It's so bright.
Oh, I don't get suntans. No, I burn. Look at this.
Okay.
I mean, look at the light bouncing off my skin. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am a
one of the reasons my camera's not working.
Exactly. You start each run in Returnal outside your spaceship.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing out there and I'm just kind of looking around and admiring. Oh, this looks really pretty. And then I do the little zoom in gun targeting thing and the camera kind of pulls in closer to you. Yes. and the little camera robot buddy around your neck kind of swings around to target things, and it's got that little red triangle on the back of it, and just something about the way the little glowy red triangle, and she's got like the little glowy red dots down the spine of her suit, just those bright lights shining in the darkness. It looks so good.
I loved Shining in the Darkness.
Yeah, well,
One of my favorite
then I
Genesis
was like,
games.
I got to turn this crap off.
And play some Shining. I
Play
need
some
240p right now.
Play some classic, yes,
Screw this 4000K
strategy
crap or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
4000K.
it looks so good. It looks so good, and I got angry. I was like, why was I playing?
Oh,
this
because you were
game?
playing Returnal?
No.
Oh.
I'm you know what? I'm still. I still suck at Returnal. I'm getting a little farther each time. I still haven't reached that first boss.
Oh, okay.
But I
get you.
But I'm still making little bits of progress. I'm still having a blast with
all
that
you
game.
got to do. Yeah.
I'm still having fun with Returnal.
All you got to do. CJ, how far are you in that game right now?
Oh, I haven't
Yeah,
finished the
okay.
first boss either.
Yeah. No, it's that game. If you can do a perfect run, that game's probably like 15 minutes long, isn't it?
I assume.
I think Scoop Joey said that he can do a full run in 2 hours.
Okay. That's pretty good.
And he's even got the secret ending. Like he's
oh, really?
he's yeah.
He's good at video games, huh?
He's done a full run of that thing
Apparently.
as far as I know.
It's not like me.
No.
For me.
I'm not good at
No.
these
Yeah.
games. But no, I was so angry that it looked so good, and it never looked that good for me before. And then I was like, should I go back and replay every video game?
You should
Should I play
absolutely
You should
you should at least go back and replay Spider-Man.
Oh,
well, you
that
know
might be
what?
a good one to plug
You know
in.
what? Because I didn't play through the remake, or it's
remaster.
not a remake, but the remaster. I did not
That
play through
will impress you.
the remaster of the first Spider-Man
Yeah.
game. Yeah, maybe this is a good excuse.
And
to finally
Astrobot
sit down.
too. But
That was that's on the outline for this week. I
okay.
I opened
I
up
haven't seen
Astrobot
the
again.
outline. I've between my computer
Oh, no,
crashing
it's-
multiple times and no power, I haven't taken a look
Right,
at the
right.
outline yet.
No, it's fine. But yeah, I did. I after kind of like, oh my goodness, this looks so pretty and video games look so nice. Yeah, I loaded up Astrobot again, which
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
oh my goodness. I mean, and that game, just the music and the control and just oh man, Astrobot's so stupid good. It's almost insulting. Okay. Just makes me sick.
You're getting angry at a lot of video
I
games.
am!
here, man.
you are.
It's
They're
only
too-
because they're too good, really.
They're too good. It's like pissing me off. It's like, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you be so
Right.
great?
Wow.
And then I loaded up the old Ratchet and Clank game, and by old I mean the most recent
2015.
one.
The remake I never
I
replayed.
did this too, actually.
Yeah, well, I noticed it on your outline, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's weird.
Oh, did
I
they
was
just
l-
patch it? Is that
They
that
patched
why?
it with this. They did a 60 frames per second patch, but then also like there have been so many trailers for Rift Apart where I'm like, I kind
Yeah,
of
it's
want to.
Kind of making you want to play it again, right?
Kind of makes me want to go back and play the 2015 game, even though I finished that game years ago. At this point,
Right.
I want to go back and play, so I did play the.
You know what?
beginning Of it.
I don't think I ever finished it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I loaded it up again, and
I was in New Game Plus.
I continued my game, and I'm clearly at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever actually finished it.
huh?
I don't think I
Okay.
ever went over that finish line. So I got to sit down and finish it now.
Mm.
But yeah, boy, that's a great game.
And it look. I mean, it still
And it
looks great.
and it still looks beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? And I'd forgotten it because obviously it's been so long
Mm.
since I loaded that game up. Boy, it's got a bunch of annoying little puzzles in it though.
Yeah.
You know, like those little those circular tracks that you got to spin around and shoot
Yeah, I
lasers
remember
into
that.
to
You can't
trigger
skip that
switches and
stuff. I hope. Oh man, I hope you can skip
You-
that.
You can, but it brings up when you opt to skip it, it brings up a little window saying like, "Oh, if you skip it, it's gonna screw up your if it's trophies or
whatever.
something. It's
Yeah.
like, but it does give you a well, you can, but maybe you don't want to.
I hope the new one doesn't have any
Well, and
bits like that.
it
but-
made me think about that, and then like Insomniac's the Spider-Man games
approach,
has those stupid puzzles that,
but not required.
but they're not required, and there's no real punishment if you skip them. So
Right.
hopefully Rift
Mhm.
Apart, if they're going to have these obnoxious puzzles that break up the I just want to run around and shoot things with my crazy weapons action,
Yeah.
that they'll let you skip it like they did in the Spidey games. But yeah, so I've loaded up some of those old games, and I'm having a blast with my new TV. You know, even loading up like old, playing old like NES and SNES and Genesis games on there
Yeah.
through like the little micro consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice. I mean, obviously 4K isn't doing,
Well, sure, but
doing,
the TV in general, right?
but it's a very
brighter
it's a-
pixels.
oh
and-
my gosh, it's a very nice TV. Yes.
Yeah.
I did buy last thing I'll mention is I Switch this week. I picked up a speaking of old games, I bought an old arcade game. I bought Crazy Climber 2,
Oh yeah.
which is an old arcade game that I, for the life of me, just cannot figure out.
Why'd you buy it?
Well, because it's
Because it was on sale.
It's on sale.
Was it on
It's
sale?
it's one of those arcade archives games, which, man,
I keep telling myself I'm going to go back through those and buy a bunch of them, and I just never do.
One time months ago, I went through all of those games and I put a bunch on my wish list that I was interested in, because they're like $8 each, which
Yeah,
seems a little
$7.99.
much.
Yeah.
Seems a little pricey. I wish they were not $8 each. A handful of them went on sale last week. Crazy Climber 2 was one of them. It was like $4, which that's the price. You know, that's the
Yeah.
price for old arcade games.
Couple of tokens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Where were you playing that $4 only got you a couple of tokens?
Yeah. Dave and Buster's charge card.
Oh, there you go.
card.
There it is.
are.
But yeah, it's there's a mechanic, because the whole point of the game is you're climbing up a building. It's a
Yeah.
really nice looking game. Looks beautiful. I don't know when that game was made. Crazy.
Especially on your 4K TV. I mean, you really want to put it through its paces. You put
Well,
on
that's-
Crazy Climber 2.
That's exactly it.
Right.
Okay,
I mean, you know, the way the developers intended you to see it.
Right.
it's a 1988 game, so it's
Okay.
a late 80s game, and it looks nice. It's got beautiful sprite work and everything, but it's got the whole point of the game is you're climbing up a building and you're dodging crap that people are throwing down at you.
Mm-hmm.
Not literal.
So like Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, it's kind of a ripoff of Wreck-It Ralph, and but the mechanic is, I don't know how the old arcade game was set up, if it had like 2 sticks or something, but it's not just like, oh, you press up on your analog stick to climb. It's like you use like both the analog sticks, and you got to kind of do like a one thumb goes up while the other goes down, and you kind of
okay.
use that to actually
Interesting.
kind of mimic a climbing action.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not terribly intuitive, and even when I was getting the hang of it, as soon as I had to like, oh, there's someone above me about to drop something out the window and I gotta move, and it's like, crap, how do I moved just out of the way, now I gotta get back in the rhythm of climbing.
Damn my arthritic old man hands.
Can't seem to get the motion going again. It's a weird game. It's a weird game.
Okay.
I don't have the hang of the controls, but I also picked up, I haven't played this yet, but I did break down and buy the Famicom Detective.
Only one of them or both?
I got the dual pack.
The dual pack. Okay.
Yeah, what is it? Famicom Detective Club?
Famicom Detective Club.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did pick up the 2-pack of them.
Okay.
But I haven't had a chance to sit down and play them though. But I'm
I
interested
want
in
those, but they're like $50 total in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
really?
it's just a little bit more than I want to.
Yeah,
I
I
would dig it.
definitely want to support the release of like games that we never got over
yeah.
here, and like encourage Nintendo to do more of that, because
Yeah.
one day we'll get Mother 3.
No, we won't. But keep going.
No, one day we will get Mother 3.
Look at
Larrabee Lock. One day. Infinite time scale. We will get Mother 3 in English.
A long enough timeline.
that.
It's gonna happen.
I mean, if you really look at the time the universe has existed,
Yeah.
Mother
This is
3
what
has
I'm saying.
existed for a very small portion of that time.
I mean,
Exactly,
So who knows what could happen?
You scale out far enough, and Mother 3's existence and today it kind of lands on the same day.
This
so,
is what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
if Nintendo can release Fire Emblem Famicom in the West with a new English translation,
yeah,
I mean, come on.
and a crazy special edition too with
And a
like
crazy special edition there. Anything's
crystal
possible,
carts.
in my opinion.
Speaking of crazy special editions, Phil, you bought the Mega Man.
I
special
did
edition? You
limited
pre-ordered, I
run.
should say?
Limited run.
We were going to
is,
talk about that in news, but I guess
Oh, I'm
I guess
sorry.
it now.
Well, we'll talk. We'll
It's
talk
been
about
gone
it.
so long. I thought we were doing what you've been playing because Phil's already talking about what he's been
I mean, we
playing. all
started
week,
with
so-
what you've been
we
playing.
started with what you've
Oh,
been
we
playing.
did. Okay, sorry.
Although,
I'm sorry.
We'll
Hey,
talk
you know
about
what?
that in news.
You know what?
What's
I'll
that?
wait.
You can wait.
There you go.
I did get speaking
you,
of limited run
jerks.
though. This showed up.
Ooh,
My
Shantae.
Game Boy Color copy of Shantae arrived, which I've yet
Cool.
to open, but I got that to replace my. There's my original Game Boy Color Shantae in its nice protective shell.
Yes.
Where that
You
will
should get
never
that
be.
graded so you know how many tens of thousands of dollars it's worth.
You know what? I'm actually tempted to. I've never been into that whole grading thing, but I'm a little tempted
I think
to
it's
get this.
ridiculous.
one.
Is that sealed or is it just? It's just in a
No,
case?
this is
It's
the
open.
cases from Rose Colored Gaming.
right,
The little acrylic.
but it's not sealed.
No. I can.
You've played that game.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's what
yes,
what I'm saying.
The
It's not
original cartridge,
factory
yes.
sealed.
The original cartridge
Okay.
is not factory sealed. No, I mean it's you can see it is in exceptionally good condition, and certainly the instruction
Yes.
manual and everything inside is in good shape. But yeah, this acrylic case is not permanently sealed.
I think the
I
grading
looked
thing
that
is
up.
ridiculous.
It
Although
absolutely
I would
is.
consider doing it just to say I've done it, but the values
Yeah.
that come out of those things is stupid.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of because this is one of the most valuable complete games I have. So
yeah.
I don't know if I might actually do it at some point, but we'll
Hmm.
see. Anyway, what have you been playing, CJ?
Well, Phil, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, real quick, look what showed up yesterday.
Ooh, Drunken Master
Drunken
2.
Master
My
2,
Blu-ray
nice.
copy of
Yeah.
Drunken Master 2.
I gotta get that.
So good.
I love Drunken Master 2.
It's
I was
good.
jonesing to watch some Rumble in the Bronx this week, but I couldn't find it, so I started watching Macross instead.
Oh, there you go.
They're similar.
very much so.
Apparently.
They both end with a big hovercraft chase. So yeah, you're set.
That's
True.
There you go.
Not really, but
No. Yeah, I've been playing some stuff. I played, like I said, Ratchet and Clank 60 frames per second build. It looks great.
Yeah.
I also started playing Psychonauts
Oh,
on the Xbox Series X. So it's a Game Pass
Hmm.
game, but I already had it anyway, but
Right.
downloaded it. So original Xbox backwards compatibility. Because we got some new screenshots of Psychonauts 2. I never really played the first
gonna
game
ask.
all that much. So I thought, let's play it. And one of Charlotte's favorite streamers played a little of it. So I knew that she would be into it too, because she liked that series. So we started playing it together.
yeah.
Original Psychonauts. And I will say, what a difference it makes when an old game doesn't have load times anymore.
Oh, really?
And especially a game like the original Psychonauts, which I think I bounced from that game because a lot of it is cinematic. It's very talky at the beginning.
CJ
There's
doesn't
like
like
a
to
lot
think
of
too much.
I don't know exactly. I don't want to think at all, if possible. But the load times on the original Xbox version they were long, right? And like if I'm looking to play a platformer, I want to like get into the game and really like start moving around. crushing levels early.
Is that a thing that
It's a
streamers
platforming
say?
game
Crushing levels?
term. No.
Okay.
So we started playing it, and it has 0 load time. Like, it goes to a
Oh.
load screen for half a second and then immediately goes onto the game. And it was great. We played it for
good.
like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and
Yeah.
really quite enjoying it.
Really, that's awesome because
Yeah.
I remember turning that game on a couple years ago and feeling like it was starting to feel its age.
Yeah.
I really liked that game, but
I
it
had
felt
this-
clunky.
I had the same problem even when it first came out because I never finished it. I never got terribly
Yeah.
far in it because I remember playing it when it first came out and I was super excited about it.
Yeah,
'cause,
Double Fine.
Absolutely.
you know, I love Tim Schafer's games and
Yep.
I really liked the world that it was in. I really liked the humor. I liked everything about that game except
The gameplay.
game part of it. Like the
It felt-
controls off.
And I felt the same way. I played through it, and I did really enjoy the game, but
Yeah.
sort of made peace with the fact that it seemed to me anyway, Double Fine wasn't a platforming
Right.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
so
mean,
it's like it just feels awkward.
Yeah.
it does kind of have that awkward because you like shooting projectiles at enemies, like, and you target them with the left trigger or whatever.
Hmm.
Okay.
And it is a little touchy on what it will auto target and what it won't.
Okay.
You have to basically have the enemy like right in the center of the screen for it to really like auto lock on. So it feels a little rusty in that sense, but everything else, like the presentation, it looks really good. I
Yeah.
think it's one of those games that had like a backwards compatibility like refresh on it because it looks
Probably.
great. And then the FMV cinematics play, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look so good.
This looks
But
like a
it
original Xbox. It was there
original
was
Xbox game.
Original Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the load time, it helps so much. I cannot stress enough how much that has improved my experience with Psychonauts.
Good.
Yeah, so I recommend going back to that if anybody bounced off it earlier.
And it's on Game Pass. I mean, I'm
Yeah, it's
pretty
on
sure
Game
I
Pass,
own a copy, but it is on Game Pass. That's great.
Yeah. And my daughter's playing a lot of Miitopia. I think I mentioned this when the demo came out. She loved playing Miitopia, and in fact, like played through the demo multiple times, all across like my profile on the Switch and my wife's profile on the Switch. Like to start a new game, I had to like show her how to delete save data so that she could start another one on her Switch.
Right.
And so she played through it a lot, and then the game came out, and she's just been playing it nonstop, just enjoying it, like putting her friends in the game, because that's the whole shtick of Miitopia, is that you can make me characters and then cast your friends or famous people or whatnot as characters in the game.
Yeah.
And so she's really enjoying that, and I've been enjoying watching her play that because it's her first real RPG. Like she played Dragon Quest Builders 2, but that wasn't like a turn-based RPG or anything like that. So this is sort of her first. It's her first RPG, and it's been fun to watch her experience that and
That's cool.
customize her characters and equip items, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's been fun to watch. But that's all I've been playing. So Greg,
Hi.
hello.
I didn't play anything new this week, but I did play on Thursday night when I do donor demand streams. So people who donate to Extra Life get to pick a game from my collection for me to play.
Donair demand?
Yes. Oh,
Called
that
Donair
sounds
Demand.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I could eat one every week. I think I'm too old for that now. That is a food that, and you've never had one, Phil, I don't think, but CJ's had one.
I have. Yeah.
That is a food that makes me feel my age. In that,
really?
now when I eat one, I regret it immediately. But boy, do I love it when it's happening.
Oh yeah.
VVVVVV. I played this past Thursday, which I haven't played since you convinced me to try it, Phil, on the
Yeah,
I think it was on the
so good.
3DS.
It's so good.
And yeah, I loved it then, but I hadn't played it since then. But I was really looking forward to it because it is such a good game. And it's funny because I've been there last week talking about Returnal and bitching about, games that are too difficult. And I mean, the whole point of VVV is that you die a lot,
Right.
but you also tend to respawn within a screen from where you died.
Right.
And it's immediate. No load times, obviously. It's just immediate. So anyway, I ended up playing through the whole thing. Hour and a half.
Wow.
Went from start to finish. Man, that game's so good. And the soundtrack,
Oh,
when you talk about great soundtracks, let me tell you, that one does not get mentioned nearly enough.
it's incredible.
Yeah, and it's on Spotify for anyone who happens to be Spotify or have Spotify. Just look up the soundtrack and just give it a listen. It's not long. It's only like 6 or 7 tracks, but they're so good.
Yeah. Soul
Like-
Eye.
I was humming along with the soundtrack the whole time I was playing.
Yeah.
Which is like a Mega Man game for me, right? Like
Mhm.
play Mega Man 1, 2, or 3, and I can't play without just humming along with the soundtrack. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And VVV is right in that same
Nice.
wheelhouse.
You know what I found
Um,
out the other day?
Mm.
VVV was created by Terry Kavanaugh.
Yes.
He recently did a new game in
Yes.
Roblox.
Oh wait, what?
Really?
Really?
He made a Roblox game called Climb the Giant Man Obby.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna have
Obby-
Charlotte play this.
Obby, for those not versed in Roblox, is short for obstacle course, apparently.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like
I
it's
have
like
used my children. I've heard my children use that term. I did not know what it meant.
Yeah, well, because Finn was using it all the time, and
Yeah.
he would, because he's obsessed with Roblox. Him and all his friends are super
My
into
youngest
Roblox,
is too.
and of course, he's always
Charlotte
telling
too.
Dana and myself about what he's playing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was doing this obby," and he says obby like it's a term that people
Like it's a
No.
term people
Well,
know.
it's like everyone, all the kids were using the term sus for quite a while there.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I mean, I knew what it meant,
Shmup.
but the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like, people don't talk like that.
Yeah, and I finally was just like, what is this? What is this word obby? What does that even mean? And he's like, it's an obby. It's just like the type of game. It's an obby. I'm like, yeah,
that's not
describe to
helping.
me what that is. And
Yeah.
then eventually it's like, oh, it's an obstacle course, and then he's kind of showing me, and I'm just like, oh, it's a platformer. This is platforming.
Yeah.
This is what the kids call platforming these days, is obbies.
Right.
So, but yeah, Climb the Giant Man obby in
Cool.
Roblox is
I'll have to get
created by
Charlotte to try that.
the guy who did VVV and Super Hexagon and a bunch
Dicey
of other
Dungeons.
Yeah,
stuff.
Super Hexagon.
Yeah,
was
Dicey
great too.
Dungeons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Kavanaugh. Like I'm actually, this is the first thing that made me kind of go, ooh, should I play Roblox? Because
You won't like it.
Yeah.
But I like everything I've played that Terry's done. So,
Mm.
but who knows?
The other thing too isn't necessarily a game, but I ended up picking up a satiator for my Saturn. So this is the
I don't know what that means.
What does that
okay.
mean?
So
It's like a
It's
like
an-
an
it's
obstacle
an-
course.
yeah, it's an obby. It's actually an ODE,
It's a satiator.
optical drive emulator.
Satiator.
Are you-
Satiator, it's
oh.
called. So
Are you
okay, so you might have heard of the Terra Onion mode at some point. Anyway,
No.
it's a thing that's happening with optical disk drive systems, older ones, where you replace the disk drive with generally mainly a memory card reader,
Okay.
because anybody who tries to play a lot of this old hardware, these things weren't made to last,
Right.
and especially when you get into systems that were using lasers,
Yeah.
they just don't last, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
And unfortunately, my trusty launch day Saturn
Uh-oh.
died a couple weeks ago.
Oh no.
The laser finally went on it, which I have to say, really, I don't feel like I can complain, because that's 26 years and that's a lot of mileage. There has never been a time since that came out that I wasn't playing that system in some capacity,
Right.
on a pretty regular basis. So that drive has seen a lot of miles. But yeah, it finally just gave up. It just won't read discs anymore. So there's something out there called the Terra Onion mode, which for the Saturn, which is you basically
Words do
take.
not make sense together.
I know. You take the
Onion a la mode.
you
Terra?
take the drive out. Terra Onion. Yeah. They made
Wait,
the you might have
Terra
heard of the
Onion
Mega SG or SD as well.
Terra?
Terra
Terra.
Onion.
Like a Terra drive? Like Terra? Like
Yes.
Like a
amount of
pterodactyl?
data? Oh,
Yes.
does it start with a P?
Anyway, so this is one that it's more permanent. Like you take it
Okay.
out, you take the drive out, and you put this drive in where the laser assembly used to be.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's pretty permanent. I have
Hold
two
that thing up
Saturns.
again.
What?
Hold it up again. Do you have it right there?
It's just
Well,
a
this is a
box.
different one. So
Oh,
this
that's
is
the-
called.
Okay.
So
it's got
this is a
little,
different one called the Satiator.
it's got a little anime
It's
panda
got a
on
little
it.
anime panda on it.
Okay.
And this actually plugs into the MPEG slot on the back of the system.
Okay.
So anybody who's
Ooh.
seen a Saturn, there's a little door at the back that you can
Yes.
open up, and they did release an MPEG card, which made movie playback look much better. So anyway, this is it. Just plugs right into that little slot in the back of the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a disk in the drive, or like my system, if the disk drive's not working, this takes over basically,
Oh,
and just
interesting.
lets you play images of the games.
That's
Okay.
cool.
And the
you
nice
just,
thing is, where I've got two systems, two Saturns, I can just swap this back and forth.
That's awesome.
So how much storage is on that?
It depends on what size card. I have a 512 gig card in
okay,
here.
okay, so
The guy who created it says he's tested it with up to a terabyte and it works fine.
What kind of cards does it use? Did you say that already?
SD cards.
Okay.
SD or micro SD or
Well,
regular
you
SD?
know, this is
Okay,
just a
yeah,
micro
yeah,
SD and one of the SD. adapters.
Converters,
Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
Okay.
But I mean,
That's
it's super simple to use. You just load the images up on the card, and also to update the firmware. It's actually you just put it right on the card, and every time you boot up your system, it just checks to see if the firmware is newer, and resets
Now-
it. So
Is your Saturn modified in any way to work on like
it
HDMI?
is. So
Okay.
no, I don't have that.
Okay.
Because I have a FrameMeister, and the Saturn can output RGB with
Gotcha.
just an RGB cable. You don't need to modify it.
Okay.
So, but my Saturn is modified because back when those came out, the very first run of them anyway, I don't know if subsequent versions were like this, but it was pretty easy to put in a switch
Mhm.
to change the region on your Saturn.
Yes. Yeah. Which I have.
Easy enough that I could do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was real easy. So I've always had that, and the way it was that we didn't cut into the side. Me and all my friends did this. We didn't cut into the side of our system. We just ran the cable and the switch out the back of the
Okay.
MPEG door.
Gotcha.
But luckily, this thing doesn't take up so much space that gets in the way.
Okay.
But
Huh.
you don't need to worry about regions. So this also means that you can play games from different regions. You can play ROM hacks or English language versions of, like, say, Dragon Force 2 or Police Knots, or the
Right.
Shining Force 3, Scenario 2 and 3 have been translated as well now.
Oh, man.
So
Wow.
I'm pretty
Wow.
excited. And it also means that my Saturn is not useless anymore.
Right.
Like, I can
Wow.
keep playing it. So
Bet you wish you could get a Terra Onion for yourself.
anyway, so I might get one of those eventually, because those also work in the Dreamcast. So, but anyway, just saying, it's really easy to use. I was messing around with it last night. There's a little bit of a compatibility issue here and there.
DJ's
But
just mad he didn't say that first.
No. No. I would never attack our Canadian brother like that.
Yes, you would.
Man. Yeah.
Unless it's lack of taste for games.
Listen
Yeah.
to this. How dare you, CJ?
I know.
That's our Greg you're
I
talking
know.
about.
I would not speak about our Greg that way.
Oh, man.
Works really well.
Good.
Cool. That's awesome.
And you don't have to modify your system to use it, which I really like.
That is handy.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'm done with
Okay.
you two. That's it.
Is that it? That's all you've been playing? Okay. Let's circle back and quickly do some news.
Oh, good.
And I don't know if we're gonna have time for tweets, but
Oh, man.
well, I know, right? We'll run through some news here.
Let's
Maybe
do some
we'll-
news quick.
We'll get to do something.
Let's
So
do some news.
Picross, Mega Drive Picross
Yeah.
is still happening.
Yeah.
Jupiter tweeted out a message basically saying it's still in production. So
Jupiter, the
please wait
developer.
for it. The developer of Picross, all the Picross games on Switch,
All the good Picross games.
all the good ones, yeah,
Yeah.
and some of the bad ones too, have Yeah, they're still working on Mega Drive
We haven't
Picross.
done a bad
SG-1000.
Picross game.
Well,
So is
what
that the
about
one that-
Kimono Friends?
That there was
It's not
more imagery going
bad.
around about this past week. That is the Mega Drive one, right?
That's the Mega Drive one, yeah.
Was there one that was just based on Sonic 2, or is that the same one?
No, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, of course, we talked about it. We teased it a little bit earlier. Limited Run is doing a release of the Wily Wars.
It's not just limited run, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
You shouldn't say that because it's not a
yeah.
limited run thing. They're
Okay,
selling
well,
it.
what
they're
is
just
it then?
distributing it. It's
Uh,
Retrobit.
I don't know.
Retrobit,
There you go.
okay.
Yeah, Retrobit is
With Limited
producing-
Run distributing.
Yes.
Well, and
Retrobit-
other places like Castlevania Games is distributing it as well. It's not.
Are they
That's the
really?
reason I'm saying we shouldn't just say it's a limited run thing because it's not
Okay.
just limited run.
I didn't
Okay.
realize other places were distributing it, but
Yeah.
yeah, Retrobit, and they've done some of these kind of retro,
Repro carts. Right?
yeah, in the past, licensed. They're all licensed stuff. I
Yeah.
think they did a few like Data East collections for NES and SNES.
Yep.
But yeah, they're doing a big Wily Wars collection, which of course is the Genesis Mega Man game that was only released in the US via the Sega channel.
Yeah,
Back in
never
the day.
via retail.
Yeah, came out retail in Japan, of course, as Rockman Mega World,
Mhm.
and came out in Europe as was
Mega Man Wily Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, which I have the PAL version. I got the PAL version back in the day, and I have just the cart of the Japanese version. Unfortunately, I don't have the complete.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I don't have the full box. That was a Ziff Davis closets getting raided.
I was gonna
because we're
say.
moving. Yeah.
I assume that would be fairly expensive because
It
that seems like that's
is.
a pretty late stage Mega Drive release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
The,
Like 93, 94, somewhere
Yeah,
in there.
I forget exactly what the the Mega Drive version of that game is going for, but it's a lot.
Okay.
But,
And it's got a lot of, they were doing like a whole special edition thing with a lot of extras, right? It's not just,
yeah, you
It's a
get,
ton of stuff.
yeah,
let's
a
see
ton of really
here.
cool stuff.
Yeah, you get well, it comes in a big box.
Seems like it comes in about 4 different boxes.
4
I
different
know,
boxes.
right?
right?
There's
Yeah.
there's like a
I'm-
big cardboard box that you can apparently like put different artwork in the front.
Yeah.
Right. It's like lenticular cards, and you get like 4 or 5 of those with different
Yeah.
bosses on them.
Interchangeable outer cartridge sleeve, and then there is a actual like Genesis style plastic box inside
Yep.
that has a reversible sleeve, and then the cartridge itself is a clear blue color. Yeah, and then there's little collector's cards and a
Yeah.
full color manual. Yeah, interchangeable lenticular cards for the outer box. There's a double-sided poster, a sticker collection, a certificate of authenticity,
Yeah.
and
Other things.
that's it.
Now the question is, how many copies are you buying?
I
Phil?
just bought one. I just
See,
bought
Okay.
I think that makes perfect sense for Phil because
Yes.
Phil's like Mega Man super fan.
Yeah.
one. Yes.
So, yeah. But I had a bunch of people asking me if I was going to buy that this week, and I have the UK version already. I
Yeah.
imported that in the late 90s
Right.
along with the little cartridge I needed to play it.
Yeah.
And then a few years back I bought a repro that's really nicely made. It's you'd never know it wasn't a legit cartridge to look at it. The label and the case looks like a Genesis case. So I don't think I'm definitely not buying this because I don't need another copy of it.
Right.
But I think it's worth playing for anyone who's never played it. So Mega Man Wily Wars is the first 3 Mega Man games
yes.
redone for the Genesis, like
Kinda
redeveloped
a
for the
Mario
Genesis.
All-Stars
Yeah,
kinda
it's
thing.
it's not like emulating anything. They're built from the ground up for the Genesis. And then there's an unlockable game in there. It's a few levels
Yeah.
called Wily Tower that have the thing that's interesting about that is that there are unique enemies in there that I don't believe show up anywhere else
Hmm.
in the Mega Man
Like,
universe.
are you talking about the boss characters?
I think even some of the enemies
Okay.
in there are unique too.
Yeah,
Um,
I know the bosses definitely are, but
Yeah. It's and one of the things I think is worth pointing out about this also is that there's slowdown in these games that was it Retrobit are saying that they've managed to fix some of it, which is fantastic.
Hmm.
But I think people need to manage their expectations a little bit. It's not it's good. They aren't great. They're not great ports.
it kind of it's one of those weird things, kind of like when Tecmo released the Ninja Gaiden trilogy on the SNES,
Yeah. It's not as
and
disappointing as that, but
and it's just like the NES version of there are kind of better.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know what? It's so hard to put your finger on it, but yeah, that's exactly right. Like, so I played through Mega Man's 1 through 10 and base a couple years
Yeah.
ago, and including these. And the slowdown isn't like sort of the only issue with these games. Like, they just feel a little bit mushy,
Mhm.
and the hit detection is a little bit weird on some of the bosses. Like, I feel like not every and I remember when I was playing through this and going back and rewatching the streams and how it just seemed like some hits weren't registering. Like, they're not bad, but when you consider that the 3 games that have been remade here are 3 of the best games on the NES.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, I think your Ninja Gaiden comparison is a really good one, because the same thing, like one of the things that Ninja Gaiden, well, 2 of the things really, but the main thing that Ninja Gaiden had going for it has extremely precise control.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
for an NES game or any platformer back then, I mean, Ryu feels glued to the ground. Like, he actually feels like he is connected to the world.
Yeah.
And when you want him to jump, he jumps, and he goes exactly where you want him. Like, that's one of those games that it's difficult, but it's not because the control is bad. It's doing exactly what you're telling it to do.
Right.
And Mega Man's, well, all the Mega Man games, but Mega Man's 1 through 3 in particular, they're the exact same way. And I remember, I think you've had conversations with people on Twitter, Phil, who are saying that those games are way too difficult. And I've seen you say, like, they're really not. You need to learn them, but the
Right.
control is so precise that it's just, the games feel amazing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And they lose that in this translation.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't have that sort of razor sharp control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music, it's so stupid to say, because I know everyone says, Genesis music isn't good, but it can't hold a candle to.
No.
It's interesting to hear this version of those tunes, but can't hold a candle to those tunes on an NES sound chip.
Right.
Of course.
So I don't know if this is better than the one that's on the Wily Wars that's on the Sega Mini. I forgot it was on there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But anyway, I'm not saying don't go buy it. I think especially for a Mega Man fan, if you've never played it, it's absolutely worth playing.
Oh yeah.
To say you've experienced it, they're still good, but they don't hold a candle to the original NES games.
Right.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Let's burn through some of these other stories, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. Nintendo is releasing a new amiibo for the upcoming Skyward Sword release on Switch. It's Princess Zelda and a Loftwing. And the extra unlockable in game is that it gives you fast travel between Skyloft and the surface.
Which I didn't remember didn't exist.
No, because you can only do it at certain times.
Right.
So there are a lot of comments like that they're unlocking what should have been a feature behind a $25 paywall in this amiibo, because this is a $25
Also,
amiibo.
$25.
I know it's one of the more expensive ones,
Jesus.
but it looks great, and I will buy it.
Well, we all knew you were
I
going to buy
will
it.
be
anyway.
buying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. It would be nice if they just, I don't know, had that as an option for everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how much I wanted that when I played.
That's my thing too, because
Sword.
people are complaining about it like crazy, but I don't
remember.
remember being upset about it when I did play through it.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
So there were so many other
Yeah.
things not to like about that game. Just kidding.
What? I
No, I'm
love
just
that
kidding.
game.
I'm just kidding. I really like
I-
Skyward Sword.
I bounced
I know
off of
Phil didn't.
Skyward Sword real quick.
It-
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
starts off so slow, and the motion control stuff.
Motion control. I hated
uh,
motion
is-
control.
It's a high hurdle to get over some of that stuff early on.
Yep.
But it's a really good game once you get past that. Once you get
Yeah,
40 hours into it, it's really good.
I was I was really taken in by that game. Same thing, because I remember playing that and getting to, I don't know if he's the first boss. Do you remember him though? He was the main antagonist for at least quite a while, where you'd stop your sword
Yes.
swipes.
Yeah,
And I just
it was
couldn't do
terrible
it.
in motion plus. I couldn't get past that either. It took me so long.
But then I got past
Uh.
that and loved the game from then on.
Same.
So I'd be
Yeah,
really
pretty much
interested to
the
play
same
it. I think I'll definitely grab that one.
Yeah. So
Plus, I loved the way that game looked.
Me too. Yeah, it's nice and bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
We got some new games dropping this upcoming week for the Nintendo Switch Online, NES and Super NES service. So we're getting Joe and Mac. We're getting Magical Drop
cool.
2. We're getting Super Baseball Simulator 1000, I think is how you say that.
For Chris Baker.
Yeah, and we're
Oh,
getting
yeah, he loved
Spanky's
that game,
Quest.
didn't
Spanky's Quest for the Super Nintendo. So those are the Super Nintendo games.
That's a terrible game.
Spanky's Quest?
It's a
Ugh.
platformer, right?
It's
Yeah.
it's approved by Archie.
Approved by Archie. And then we're getting for the NES Ninja Jajamaru Kun. So,
Oh yeah.
which I don't have any
I don't
particular
know.
opinion
That is,
of.
I don't. Was that game has not been released in the U.S. has it?
It has, yeah. It was on Virtual Console. I looked it up
okay,
back in
okay.
2007. So
Okay.
that was the first time it got released.
But that
here.
that was a series that was pretty popular in Japan.
It was very popular arcade game, and the NES version was popular, and it even got a Wonder Swan version.
Did it really? My goodness.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, so there's that. And then to wrap it all up, Arcade 1-Up, there's been some leaks of some new arcade games they're bringing to their line, which include Tron and The Simpsons arcade
Now,
game.
were these confirmed as legit?
I don't
'cause-
think so, no.
Because I saw some people saying
Questioning
that
it.
the Simpsons one in particular seemed a bit
Has a
sus.
trackball.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
does
trackball
it?
controller
Okay.
on it. Yeah.
as a trackball, presumably for the Simpsons bowling.
Oh, really? Is that was a
There is
thing?
There is a yeah. Well, that's the thing. No, nobody knows about this game. I don't think there were a ton of units, but yeah, there was a Simpsons bowling arcade game that used a trackball, which would
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
which would be great if that's on there along with the
The
actual
way
multiplayer.
overrated Simpsons action game.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
It
I
is
have
overrated.
loads of great memories about
Mhm.
playing that the old
game's
Konami
not
Simpsons
great.
arcade game, but it's not a very good.
It's no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, it's absolutely not. No, it's not.
Mm.
That game benefited wildly from coming out just when The Simpsons was growing in popularity,
Yeah,
and it looked great.
it
Looked
did.
really
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
and it
God, looks
had,
fantastic.
sound clips from the show and everything like that. But
Yeah.
Something about it. It did look great for the time, but that's another thing too. It hasn't aged. Its visuals haven't aged well.
no,
No.
Where and again,
Turtles
I compared it to
has.
Turtles because Turtles came out, I think, very soon after. I assume Turtles came out second because it looks so much better.
I want to say the first Turtles arcade game came out first.
Really, it looked a lot better than The Simpsons.
Let's see here. Turtles arcade game. Was
Yeah, I mean that would
89.
make sense because the Turtles were really hot late '80s.
Yeah, Simpsons arcade. I mean, that would have had to been like what 93?
No, wasn't that
No,
late?
earlier than that.
Oh, 91. It was 91.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So
Yeah.
that came out second.
Hmm.
Turtles has aged a lot better.
For
Hmm.
sure.
Well, you know what I think we've talked about this on the show before. One of the big problems with Simpsons was that because it came well, first of all, it as a concept, it doesn't really lend itself to a beat 'em up just because there's not like
Mm.
Bart doesn't have a lot of enemies that he
right,
fights
yeah.
in that show, so it's just and the Simpsons is just kind of just started, so there wasn't even a whole cast of
Yeah.
characters to begin with. So the bulk of
Yeah.
the enemies are like generic skinny guy and generic
some of
bad
the
guy.
And some of the
Yeah.
characters that are there, their characters really haven't been developed
Right.
as they would.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, of course you were going to fight Mr. Burns is the final boss, and so you're going to fight Smithers is one of the things. But it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
but
the
then
balloon.
otherwise it's just like random generic Simpsons-esque,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobodies.
Mhm.
Whereas Turtles, you have loads of different mutant characters and crazy looking enemies that you can fight. So the game's just
Yeah.
going to be more visually appealing just
That's
based
fair.
on that variety and the colorful cast of characters.
But all that being said, I mean, if you're, a lot of people were big fans of that game because you're right.
Yeah.
A lot of people have really fond memories of playing it, and
Yep.
if that totally makes sense that they would do a
Yeah,
one-up
no, if
cabinet.
it's great that
Absolutely.
the thing that people were raising an eyebrow about with that announcement was that the kind of leaked photograph, which appears to be like, was it like someone taking a photo of a brochure or
Of a
something like that?
screen, yeah, or
Yeah.
of like a website or something.
something like
I don't
that.
know, or an email. Yeah.
They there was an apostrophe in Simpsons,
I don't think that means anything though.
which you think it's just someone at Arcade 1-Up just
Yeah.
not knowing how apostrophes work.
Have you been on the internet lately?
Have you been
No,
on the
I haven't.
internet?
It's sad.
No.
Most people don't know how apostrophes work.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't think that necessarily means that it's not happening.
Oh
But-
no,
okay.
but it hasn't been confirmed.
Not
Arcade
confirmed.
1-Up
Yeah,
is
these
not
are all
officially announced.
leaks, unconfirmed. So
Yes.
I won't be buying any of these, but they do look cool.
Boy, though, Tron.
Tron looks cool. Yeah.
Talk about a beautiful looking old arcade machine
Yeah.
That was a
that old
really
Tron
nice
game.
looking machine.
with like the glowy blue joystick.
Yeah.
Really awesome looking. And it looks like they're replicating that on the unit. If this is
They've gotten
indeed,
really good at that stuff. Like, have you seen
Yeah.
their like the Dragon's Lair and Space Ace
Yeah.
machines look
Mhm.
exactly like Dragon's
Yeah.
Lair and Space Ace?
yes,
Indeed,
indeed.
they do.
Scaled down obviously a bit, but
Well, yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Every
they've been
every time I see them announce new machines, I just wish that I
right.
had the space and the money to just build an arcade based on their machines. I know they're not perfect, but they would just be amazing.
Yeah.
It's an affordable substitute
Right.
for
Yeah.
just putting together.
Still waiting for
something.
that stand-up outrun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
From
that was
Canada.
rumored too, right?
It actually is up for purchase on like bestbuy.com,
Oh, is it really?
Oh,
but not in Canada.
Oh.
So be a little
Not
expensive
in
to ship something
Canada.
like that.
Tell you what, if you want, Greg, you can order it, have it
Yeah.
shipped here,
No.
and you are welcome anytime
visit
to
it.
come over and play.
yes.
I
Right.
will maintain it for you.
I will also give you
Phil-
that deal.
You guys are the best.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm looking out for you because you're a dear.
You just can't stop
old
giving.
friend. No, I'm
Yeah.
a nice guy.
I mean, we live pretty close to Canada, so just drive on across the border.
It's true.
No problem.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like
hop, skip, and a jump.
2 hours from the border, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're right there, man.
No, all of that is true.
See?
We're selling you. All right. I think that's it. I think that's where we stop.
Is that the show?
That's the show.
Oh my.
All righty. And that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us, would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find episodes of Generation 16 as they happen.
The script for the new one is about a third complete,
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's coming along.
Very
There you
nice.
go.
You'll find contact information. Did I already say that? Maybe I did. You'll also find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about, and you'll find a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening application. We're also on Stitcher Radio. We're on Spotify.
Yep.
You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, on the Twitch.televisions. We're dominating the internet most Sunday nights at about
What else
5:30.
is there to do on the internet on Sunday night?
Exactly.
Nothing?
At all. Nope. Everything routes back to us. 5:30 specific time. Follow our Twitter account, which is @P1 Podcast. to find out when we're doing our next live show, but it's typically this time. So
That's right. Yeah,
so join
yeah,
us,
yeah.
won't you? If you've liked what you've heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Greg's house needs more light bulbs. If anything,
And
if we've
space for
learned
some one-up
anything.
arcades.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the real need here. But no, you know what, friends, your Patreon dollars do of course help support our show. Keep it going. Keep us broadcasting live every week, and all those behind the scenes costs that podcasts do actually have. And but you know what? If you are a Patreon subscriber of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you do gain access to a special bonus episode every single week. We play games crack-wise, doing all this fun stuff we can't do on the regular show because internet keeps going out up in Canada. Or the electricity. It was just the electricity this week, right? Greg, it wasn't just
And my computer's angry reaction to the electricity going out.
Oh,
There you
well, there
go.
it is. See? Canadian computers are very temperamental. But your Patreon dollars will help calm them down, I guess. You know what? If you want a sneak peek of these bonus post shows, CJ posts some of our old ones, some vintage post shows every Thursday night on our feed, so you can check some of those out and then tune in for some of the new ones. And if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/generation16 where you can help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil.
Yes.
And if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 per episode variety,
also cheap.
you get access to a weekly series called The Weekly Commute, where I sit still in a room and don't drive while I'm recording myself on the phone. But I used to. That's why it's called The Weekly Commute.
Yeah,
and then Dad told me that was too dangerous. So
don't record and drive, kids. Don't. Not worth it. The clout's not worth it.
the clout. Yeah, no worries about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so it's just a weekly video log about the episode, how it's going, what I've been doing, the research I've been doing, and any other thing interesting. I went through the Satiator in a lot more detail in this week's episode, as an example, and just really anything else, book reviews, game room tours, all that fun stuff. Please come, and remember, you only support the show per episode. So as episodes come out, so $5 per episode usually translates into about $20 to $25 a year.
What a bargain.
Not bad.
There
What
you
a
It is a
go.
bargain. A steal,
Yeah.
even.
Oh, hey, Greg, you'll appreciate
Mhm.
this. Look what I found at the store.
I always do.
Look what I found at the store this week. I couldn't resist. You know what that is?
That is great. That is the
That
Burton
is-
Batmobile with the armor up.
This is the Hot Wheels put out, and it's got the little
Oh,
seat opens up there. Yeah, they put out a line of
best Batmobile.
kind of high end. Oh, absolutely. Little,
Hmm.
these, Matchbox cars are usually like $1 a piece. These are like $6 because they're bigger and they're fancier.
That is the only Batmobile diecast I own is the Burton one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
they
the
put out
1/24 scale.
the new wave. There's like the 60s Batmobile.
I love that one too.
Yeah,
That's
Just
good-
because it's so much
What-
nostalgia, and it is a very pretty car.
it is. You know what else they have? There's also a trailer with the 60s Bat boat that they're selling as well.
I remember I
and,
had that
and it
toy.
actually it hitches to the if you have the 60s Batmobile. You can
When I
hitch
was
it
a
on there.
kid, the 60s Batmobile toy we had a trailer for the Batboat.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wish
also-
we still had that.
this came out too in that wave. I couldn't resist picking this up. This is from
Also great,
the animated series Batwing,
which looks very much like the Burton Batwing.
Yeah, it is exactly, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so great.
Hmm.
But I knew you would appreciate the armored
I
Batmobile, Greg.
I do.
because you have the proper taste in Batmobiles. Yeah.
There you go.
CJ, what's going on over at secondplayer.net?
Well, I highlight some amazingly good podcasts and YouTube videos that you can Podcast bot is active.
That was like a pure Michael Scott moment.
Wow.
Why am I talking like this? I don't know.
Oh,
All right.
those
So yeah,
improv classes coming, CJ.
they're going great.
Not
Kinda
well.
wishing the
Secondplayer.net,
power never
you
came
can
back
find, new video game podcasts and YouTube videos to watch. And last week I highlighted We the Gamercast, which is Sean Capri's interview show where
Oh,
he interviews a
very nice.
member of his community, and it's a really fun bit. They talk games, but they also talk about life. It's kind of like a gamer therapy session. It's really interesting show, always interesting discussions on there. So check that out, secondplayer.net or secondplayernet on Twitter.
Please go support secondplayer.net so we don't ever have to see Podcast Bot again.
You don't want to see Podcast Spot? You sure?
Maybe we do.
I was waiting for a reaction from you, but then none came. It got funnier after that.
I didn't know where that was going.
I feel like saying it got funnier after that is a little bit of a.
I mean, awkward. I meant
there
awkward.
you go.
Oh,
There
man.
you go.
Anyway, but yeah, that's our show. Thank you, CJ,
Thank you, Phil.
for hosting this every week as you do.
Mhm.
Gregory,
Yo.
thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Of course. And a big, big thank you to you, our wonderful listeners, every single one of you. Please, again, take care of yourself, take care of your family, your loved ones, your friends. Stay safe, wear the mask, get the shots, take care of yourself, and we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.